Well, listen, everybody, to what I've got to say. There's hope for tomorrow if we wake up today. Yeah. Thank Ted Nugent for those lyrics. Thanks, Ted. When I was 13, 14, I was a big fan. But, of course, I didn't know he was a misogynistic tosser. But I don't know, I don't really know him. I've just, in those days I wasn't interested in hearing interviews with him. To me he was just a guitar player, and I like the sound that he made. In fact, I had the double live Gonzo album, and I thought that was just absolutely amazing. But there you go, we all grow out of things, don't we? But there are that song, The Great White Buffalo, is probably his most meaningful lyrically of that stage of his life anyway. And in fact the indigenous people of North America, maybe not all of them, I don't know, but there are groups maybe who recognise the birth of a white buffalo. Yes, I know the bison really, but everybody calls it buffalo, and Ted did back then, and people are still going to do now, so I'm just doing that, I know the bison, yeah. So, but when they see these white calves being born, it's supposedly, the myth or the legend is that it means change, radical change. So let's hope so. Let's hope that change that these white buffalo foretell is the realisation that the globe is dead. It is totally fucked. And if that sports car in space didn't kill it off for you permanently, you've still got a lot of work to do, I think. Yeah. So, Mania Mickle Max a Muckle, as this don't say around here. Never really understood that, but you get the general gist of it, I think. But people need to. You see, I think we've been fed some great ammunition with that car in space, because there is so much wrong with it. Really, come on. You can hear what's his name? Alfonso. No, that's not his name, is it? Alfonso. No. Elon Musk. You can hear him, if you can bear to listen to him. You can hear him telling everyone that it's just a car that they just fucked up there in space, They didn't even put any, what's it called? Auto Sol, or not Auto Sol. Armorol. That's the one, that spray-on bullshit. They didn't even do any of that to it before it went up there. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't say that, but, that's what he's saying. What he actually said was, it's just a normal car. We didn't know how it would react. Now, all normal cars have got a great deal of soft plastic in them. In the interior, on the trims, it's everywhere. And we were told that when people were supposedly in space, the intensity of the sun would raise the temperature up to this, or whatever it was. But it's way over boiling point of water. I think it's something like 200 degrees centigrade, something like that. And I think it's also when the sun isn't on it, it would plummet to at least 100 below 0 centigrade. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. I think when I went to school, which is quite a while ago now, they were teaching the imperial and metric system in weights, measures, and distance. Measurement. But I think Celsius was already formed somehow. I think it was already. I don't think we were taught Fahrenheit anyway. But there you go. That's my excuse. I was taught a formula to translate, if that's the right word, convert. But I can't remember it. Plus 40 minus something. Anyway, sorry, I can't remember. But everything's just out of fingertips these days, isn't it? So we can find out anything we like. In that manner, anyway. So yeah, we've been landed on a plate some excellent ammunition, if we hadn't already enough. But this is something everybody must have seen, or most people must have seen, because unfortunately most people still do have a television set. You get rid of that and that is the control gone. Nearly. The main part of it. And then it's up to your discretion what you view online, if you have access. So that again takes the power away from them and back to you. Now, if you were okay, right, let's just get this into perspective. Another word we like. If this lie, the globe, is put there to protect us from something, then yes, I would like to know what that is. Maybe it's so horrific that if we did know what was our fate, or what was really behind all this, maybe we couldn't handle it. We have been told that we couldn't, but I don't know. But I'd like to know anyway. I don't care. I'm quite resigned to any outcome, as long as the truth, what we call the objective reality is revealed. But it really doesn't trouble me what that is. But I suspect that it's power that is the reason. I don't think it's altruism. I don't think they're doing it for our benefit. I really don't. I referred to farming before, and I didn't really finish what I was going to say there. I have been thinking about that, lying in bed thinking I didn't finish what I was trying to say. When you keep stock, you have to keep them well. You have to give them what they require to grow, and that is keeping them healthy. But not only healthy, happy, because that's all part of health. If they're miserable, they don't do very well. And you can tell happy animals, if you've got any kind of sense of empathy for anything, you've got to say, well, how would you like it, kind of thing. But if you see, we have been given just enough, and that's what exactly my point. When you are a farmer, you do everything on a budget because you have to. There's no set price for many things, because there used to be able to get subsidies would actually cover certain elements of husbandry. So you'd get so much per beast. You've got £160 for a cow. That's when I came out of it. So every cow that you had, you got £160 per year for keeping it. So that would go towards its feed, and its feed in most cases of the stock. I didn't go for continental breeds. It would only be Angus and Hereford. So you could feed them on grass. You didn't need to give them a lot of concentrate, maybe just a bit during the winter months to supplement their intake. But what you'd have to do is that money would go towards your tractor, your diesel, your labour for gathering the hay, and that is not an easy job. You've got to get it just right. So I don't know what I'm talking about all this to you now for, but I'm just saying, if we're being farmed, that's what I'm trying to say. It's all done on a budget, so they're not going to give us Belgian chocolates and luxury upholstery on our sofas. You see, they're not going to do that. That's up to us. I didn't shovel all the grass in the cow's mouth. I didn't clip it and feed it to them blade by blade. They had to go out and munch it for themselves. But there was a fence round, so they couldn't just fuck off. So, in a very similar way, we may also be being farmed like that. So we haven't got all the lavish luxuries. I don't know. I'm just, it's a silly analogy, really, of the situation, but it could be true, and in effect, it could be that our control, our fence, if you like, is very well worked out. The perimeter is false, like so many animals are kept in by a false perimeter. Pigs are a good example of that. You can put a single strand of electric wire around an outdoor pen for pigs, and all they have to do is get shocked once, and then you can turn the electric fence off. They will never go onto that wire again, or very, very rarely. Maybe you get the odd rebel pig, but what does happen is they will push all the muck up to the wire, and if it is live, they would short it out to ground by doing. They're very clever animals, and probably the best things to have around. I couldn't dream of farming them now and eating them, slaughtering them and eating them. I just couldn't do that anymore. I've killed lots of pigs in my time. I've killed kids and eaten them as well. I've probably said that to you before, but I'm talking about goats, of course. But I used to kill sick pigs, with a shotgun, 12-bore shotgun, in their... Anyway, you don't want to know about that either. But I couldn't do that anymore. I don't know what happens to people when, as they grow. I don't know. I don't know what's happened to me. I just haven't got that. I know I was doing the pig. I don't know. I was doing the pig a favour. Anyway, what am I doing? I had a friend who had a pig farm, right, and he used to ring me up and say, I've got a sick pig, it's in pain, are you coming around to shoot it? Because he couldn't. Yeah, so he was a big, strong pig farmer, but he couldn't do that. But he thought I could. And I did do it for the sake of the pig. But there you go. It's like a confessional, isn't it, here tonight? So, just to say, we have now this bit of ammunition, this footage of something nonsensical. We need to use that to promote common sense, and all the practical reasons that is total nonsense. And if you believe it, I pity you. Pity you.